job as a thing, but part of that is because I know the kids. I've been there a while. Who's got some ideas from the video to recruit leaders in Tiger Cubs that will work in their pack? Anybody? What did anybody get out of it? We didn't need to do it somewhat. There we go.
I know our elementary school has a pre-K. We go in and talk to pre-K, and then obviously those kids aren't even in kindergarten yet, but they will be next year. Because I'm
This approach to Tiger Cub organization.
Had the pre-K teacher, so.
Go on, Jerry. Awesome. Yeah, and let them know that it's
ready to go. Again, you don't have the awkward moments of staring at parents going, "Which one be the dimly?"
Exactly. Well, and I think that's absolutely great. Let me bring this up. 4 years ago, we sat in the meeting and said, okay, here's a pen, here's the application, I'll be out here, someone's going to sign up and be the leader, and I'm not coming back till you're done. Well, what that did, we led in an hour-and-a-half discussion where they all bragged about how busy they were. And no one wanted to leave. Group pretty well fell apart. The year after that, we said, well, that didn't work. We'll do it by committee, and we'll do the first 2 meetings, and you just have to do 2 meetings a year, and you have to do 2, and you have to do 2, and you have to do 2. And that's all you'll do, 2 weeks out of a whole year. Can you agree to do 2? Everybody's like, yeah. Just to make sure it's happening and going well. But I think it'd be great, and I think she could do a great job of presenting some of that, what she's learned and stuff too.
Yep.
One of the things that we did, there's the Tiger Wolf book. We get a nice spiral one for the leader. At the beginning, and we tell them to write it and make lots of notes in it, what worked well. We actually pass them down. So it's the same leader book each year, and then we have a meeting where they it's divided in 2 portions. First of them, you meet with the person a year above you, and you learn what are the pitfalls, and what do you do, what went well, what didn't went well. And then halfway through, then you switch, and then you meet with the person a year below you with it, and you do the same thing. So you educate them and train on it. That's made a huge difference. Believe it or not, we lost once. And come back, we're going to lead the first 2. So they led the first 2. They never met after that. So neither one of the 2 extremes work. Coming up, and if you get the older brothers and stuff, a lot of times I have an older brother that wants to get involved and hears about it. I don't think we do a good job of letting people know. Most of the people that join after a Tiger, and more Tigers join anything, it's like, well, I didn't hear about it. I didn't know it existed before. And I hear that pretty frequently. I mean, we recruited, I believe, 11 wolves this year. I have to check my notes. But it was a significant number. What?
Cub Master?
See, that's what we've always said in the past. And that's what we've always done. What?
The funnest person.
Funnest person? I like that.
Best relationship with the school.
That's what I think, but I think if they're silly and they're the Cub Master, you got the trifecta. So those are all good answers, but really, if you've got someone in your package who's a first-grade teacher and won the Teacher of the Year, Jeremy?
Work with the PSG or the PTO on some of their events.
He took it. No, I agree. That's a great idea of volunteering into things too. And volunteer through the school. The other thing we did is the color guard. So we're available anytime you want to do a color guard. They built a new school where we're at. And so they needed trees. And they were able, because we volunteered and donated and planted some trees, they were able to buy a couple more projectors because they didn't have to spend the money on trees that they were going to otherwise. They go through the contract, and it was huge money for these trees. For us to get a couple trees and plant them, we planted them. The trees didn't cost us much. They were thrilled, and they got what they wanted for the school. So that's the guy who's going to do us a favor, right? Who would do that. So that's your principal. Your principal's an important person to know as well. The PTO, you just really need to know everybody. We got to protect our kids anymore. But there's some crazy stuff out there. And the more people you know that are involved with them, the better off you are. And my son, he's got great grades. He's got home grades this year.
Not necessarily recruiting Tigers, but it's just the communication is key.
Yeah.
It's we're in Pac 308, Plainfield, and a year or 2 ago, they were crying that they needed help, the leaders, but they wouldn't let any of it go, so to speak, or communicate.
Yeah.
So then they got burned out and they just handed it over. So, and what we found successful was doing a parent orientation after, you know, we got all the, this is in the fall before we get geared up and ready to go. We have everybody out in the park, we cook for them, ice cream, everything, but we take the parents aside, whether they've been there or whether they've not, and we go through and orientate what expectations, what they should expect from me, and what I can expect from them. And you know, we have that.
We knew somebody who the teacher were able to work out a meeting. You know what I mean? And knowing, and it just so happened we were talking with the principal in the hallway when the teacher walked up. I have a feeling that meeting went a little better than it could have. You know, the principal knew us by name, was so good. Thanks for all you do. And I just have a feeling that helped that meeting with that teacher. I don't know. It's been 3 weeks into the school year. We hadn't seen one paper graded yet. We finally got one, and I wasn't good. Well, you know, I wasn't too happy about that. But I didn't have to say a word. You know, I'm sorry, I was better. You know, I didn't even bring it up. And had I brought it up, he could have gotten an attitude against my kid. I had an attitude against him. I mean, it's just, this benefits your kid and you as well. Alright, awesome. So, what do we have? Would late to mid-April work better for us to have our parent meetings, but understand the boys will not be considered scouts until the 1st of June? I think that's a better time to have meetings.
Mid-April will probably be too late, or mid-April's fine. May is too late because you got people planning summer vacations. I mean, people are already, like, I'm already planning my summer vacation.
Yeah.
And so if we know scout camp is this day, get that information out at that time. That way they can go, well, we'd like to join, but, you know, we're on vacation that week. It's always the same, we're on vacation that week, or no, you can't go because this or that. You know, give them the opportunity.
Yeah, no, I think the sooner the better. We tend to wait until, you know, okay, we had a meeting, we still recruited, now we're going to do a parent night. I think it's too late by then to get them prepared. How would you not have that person be the one going and asking if you can meet and present to it? If they're an outgoing, fun person who knows scouts, and they may be a dead leader, but to be in here, that's the relationship. We're doing a lot of this stuff, and they still didn't hear. You know what I mean? So I just gotta tell you, even if you're doing a fairly good job, you're probably not hitting everybody. And going to pre-K, you can't touch people or mind them off enough or give them as much advance notice. I think it's great. The more they know what's coming up, the more they plan about it, the more kids get excited about it, the better I am seeing basketball coach up in it. When I go there, I don't know how many of the percentage of the kids that know me by name, but it's a lot. And I could be a rock, and if the kids know you by name, it's going to be a good presentation. You know what I mean? If the kids are comfortable with you, so being involved in your community and this presentation, making sure you have the right person, that's huge. And the right person is somebody who knows the kids, knows the teacher, knows the principal.